You could not be but really moved by what's happened in Paris over the last 24 hours, and clearly the events that took place earlier in France. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole set of arguments about the way in which those outrages came about. I think the Je Suis Charlie campaign has been really edifying and been done in the most meaningful way. But we have got to recognise that the conflict that is happening in France, and indeed is there in the UK, is a result of some of the things going on in our world today. I think that it's been deeply shocking, the loss of life and the way in which people who, for all sorts of reasons, have the right to declare their satirical magazine off limits, in the sense that they will say things that are outrageous. And freedom of speech is something that any democracy must hold dear. I could argue about the way in which some of their cartoons were portrayed, but that doesn't excuse anyone going and taking somebody else's life. At the same time, we need to understand that there are other outrages that really are quite serious. We've seen the loss of 2,000 people's lives in Nigeria caused by Boko Haram. That is a conflict that really needs to be much more focused in terms of where we are and what we feel we should be taking responsibility for. There's also the issue of what I think is wonderful television, the series on Channel 4, Walking the Nile with Levison Wood. That's been brought home to me because I do know something about South Sudan, where last night he was walking through it and couldn't clearly continue his walk along the Nile because of the conflict there. So all these things need to make us appreciate that conflict is ever present, but turning a blind eye, saying it's nothing to do with us, is inexcusable. It is our responsibility. We've got to learn the lessons of what has gone wrong and try and actually get people to get on with one another, otherwise these outrages will continue and get worse.